Right, welcome back. As I promised from the last video, I'm going to unpack the 5 elements that is needed to be considered when you're managing and engaging remotely an existing team. And before we go on to unpacking each one, let's just recap the 5. Yeah, so the 5 elements to be considered when you are about to manage and engage remotely an existing team is number 1, culture. Number 2 is communication and logistics. Number 3 is scheduling. Number 4 is tracking productivity. And number 5 is morale, how to keep morale high. Right, so without further ado, let's talk about how do the element of culture. Yeah, so I think number 1 most important is that as we move away and into a remote setting, it's very important for us to continue the existing culture that we already have at the office. It doesn't mean that just because we move away from a physical location, the culture that we have built need to change as well. It doesn't have to. So be prudent and be conscious that you want to still continue the culture that has been working for you offline when you are online. So that's important. The second thing that is important is you need to have a culture when you are online to keep things simple and easy, and if possible try to not make it too long, because the time that we need to spend online is rather it feels rather long as we engage with the screen. So it's very important for us to keep things short and simple, the KISS concept. And the other reason also is because if we do it well, so the probability for them to wanting to come back to you and validate or come back and validate with other people are less, because you must remember, once you have completed engaging them in any platform, then they are on their own. And in order for them to validate or check on something, they've got then have to have another effort to actually call you or to get connected to you in some other way. And as you know, it is not as easy as if you are in an office where you could just go to someone and knock on the door, or just go to someone and just ask something. So it's important for us to keep it short and simple. The other thing that needs to be considered is that whenever you are engaging anyone, the team as a whole, to make sure that everyone has their talk time. So meaning allowing everyone to have their say. It is rather frustrating if you have a meeting or a conversation online and you are just the listener and not being able to sort of contribute. This is also a good opportunity for us to use to actually allow and get our team members to practice talking out, saying things out. Yeah, so it's also a good opportunity. The other one is that as you move into managing and engaging teams remotely, always remember that it's very easy for you to have a one-to-many sessions. Yeah. However, also encourage them to have a one-to-one session as well throughout the day. So meaning have an they're open, each and every one of the team is open to actually engage and interact with one another one-on-one. And this has got to be done explicitly. The permission has got to be done explicitly, so that everyone is aware and comfortable the fact that people will be calling each other or will be contacting each other on a one-on-one basis. That's also a very important thing to put in when you as what I call a culture working remotely. The other one that also for us to be conscious of is that whenever we meet online, and especially during checkout or during result check time, celebrate successes, celebrate wins, because this could actually help morale. At the same time as well, it's very different when you are at the office or at a space, because whenever a success happens physically, you can see body body language that celebrates it. People smile, people pat you on the back and all that. But this is not so. It's not easy to be done. No, that's not easy. It's impossible to be done online. The physical elements. So it's always important for us to be conscious to celebrate successes. With the team when we are working with them remotely. And last but not least, to embed ownership in each and every one of them, because once the meeting, or once the conversation that you have as a team is done, they are then off with their own work, and it's important for them to realize that they have the ownership to make decisions, to manage their own task, and to also be able to decide on things that needs to be done or not to be done. So ownership is very important to be given, and this also includes this also comes with trust, of course. So you need to trust your team that they will be able to do the work on their own without having anyone around them. So those are some of the things that you want to consider in terms of the element of culture as you move into managing and engaging teams remotely.